Hey, 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 Cali Girl here. And as you can tell by all of these maletas, this is a very different video than what I normally do. Because after 15 months of digital nomading it in Panama, the adventure has come to an end. Yes, you guys, Cali Girl is leaving Panama. And I have mixed feelings about it. It's time to pack up, ship out, and move back to the United States. So keep it locked, because in today's video, I'm gonna share the real reasons why I'm leaving Panama, the biggest lessons that I've learned, practical advice on how to actually move your life back, and what I'll do differently for my next adventure. And stick around to the very end so I can give you a sneak peek of what my next digital nomad adventure is looking like. By the way, I'm Cali Girl. I'm a high raw vegan, a digital nomad, and an avid solo traveler currently living abroad. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hope you enjoy the positivity that I have to share today. And don't forget to hit the subscribe if you like my vibe. Yes. So yes, you guys, the headline's correct. Cali Girl is leaving Panama. And the decision to leave was not an easy one. I got to talk this through with my YouTube bestie Abroadability. So check out this video where we discuss the struggles of digital nomading abroad and the possibility of me having to head back to the US. So when I first came to Panama, it was my very first quest as an international digital nomad. And it was all about exploring new freedoms and adventures. I wanted to shake up my daily routine a bit, see more of the world, and build a new life. But after a while, my reasons for staying began to shift, and new reasons for returning home started to appear. I was stressed, you guys.
So why are you going back?
Well, my personal reasons for leaving are a mix of things. One, the financial side of things got a lot tougher than I anticipated. Panama was cheaper in some ways, but it just wasn't cheap enough once my financial situation took a hit. When the new administration took over, lots of things changed with my new contract gig, specifically the funding to the projects that I'm contracted to work on as a graphic designer. You guys, those government grants that were funding those projects took a hit, so that eliminated over 75% of my projected income for this year. I needed this contract gig, you guys. So I had to go in preservation mode and start tapping into my 6 months that I reserved for living in the event that something like this happened. I immediately went on the hunt for more contract gigs, but it got difficult because the way that they've contracted has changed. Now they want hybrid situations. So they want someone who can report into the office 1, 2, or 3 days a week, or even full time. So the remote gigs for graphic designers, competition was fierce, you guys, and I was bypassing a lot of potential gigs because I'm unable to report to the office. Sucks, right? And I immediately went on the hunt for more contract gigs, but it wasn't panning out to be very successful.
Why wasn't it successful?
Well, I spent the last 5 years as a fully remote graphic designer, and when that worldwide structural change happened, it forced the rest of the world to come up to speed and embrace the fully remote workforce. It was winning, yes. And although some companies took a hit, other companies thrived with increased production, running a fully remote workforce. And employees had an increased work-life balance structure just by cutting out the extra morning and evening commutes to and from the office. But as things started to normalize, a lot of these companies started reneging on their fully remote structure and requested employees and contractors to move to a more hybrid structure. That means coming into the office sometimes, you guys. So as a result, my quest to seek out more contract work has rendered more hybrid positions and creating fierce competition for the fully remote gigs. So trying to digital nomad it internationally has kept me outside the bid for some of these new gigs I've been applying for. And I got to the place where I just can't turn down any more gigs just because they have a hybrid structure. You guys, I'm watching my savings dwindle down, and it's just not comfortable to me anymore. I never liked living with less than 6 months of living expenses, but I am grateful that I created that cushion for myself because it sustained me while I did my thinking, bid for jobs, and decided whether or not to stay or leave Panama. 2, I was starting to feel a little bit bored with my routine and minimized adventures. And though I'm quite a homebody, I still enjoy doing random outings and tourist activities, and so the activities budget was the first to go, you guys. Then I enjoyed the pampering of random spa visits and mani-pedis, but I had to cut those next. Que malo. Then I was holding tight to keeping my personal trainer 2 times a week to keep my ongoing weight loss journey in check. But reluctantly, I had to let go of my personal trainer and get back to my self-driven workout routine. And although it's going good, I really enjoyed the extra drive that my personal trainer brought to the table. So I've been bored in Panama, y'all. 3, I really miss my friends and family, you guys. My 3-week trip back to the United States for some family events was super refreshing. Part of my mind was on getting back to Panama so I can get my hustle on because I knew things things were dwindling. But my time with my family and friends was super chill. It made me realize that in Panama, I never really found my peer group, if that makes sense. Yes, I made lots of friends, and I loved the occasional events and outings that I participated in, but finding my actual peer group of single, working digital nomads with common interests was hard to come by. Most of my new friends, with the exception of 2 or 3, were either married couples or retirees. So my weekly routine was vastly different from the majority of the people who I associated with. But I met some really cool people here that I'll miss tremendously. But this adventure has taught me more than I could ever imagine. I learned to be incredibly resourceful. Yes, I did. I'm a hustler, baby, I'm a hustler. Yes. It also taught me how to navigate language barriers and new cultures successfully. My Spanish fluency has really improved in the 15 months that I've been here. So I gotta find a way to keep it going, y'all. Necesito un maestro de español. Yes. I learned how to be truly comfortable on my own, living far away from my village. And this isn't the first, second, or third time I've had to tap into this skill, you guys. But it's my first time executing it internationally. And I feel like a winner. But the most important lesson, the one that hits the hardest, that even the most epic adventures have their difficult side. So you have to be prepared for the good and the not so good. So I want to be transparent and share the real and the true with you guys so you can have more perspective on your plans to embark on international endeavors. And this is the hard part of it all, you guys. I've had to say goodbye to incredible friends that I've made here, and it's heartbreaking. I hate goodbyes, and though I know I'll see them again soon in some capacity, I'll still miss being in close proximity to them. But at the same time, the financial stress has been real, y'all. It's been a constant balancing act between amazing friendships and adventures and the reality of a super tight budget. So it's time for me to pay attention to the signs that Yahoo is giving me and get on track so I can be ready for what he has for me next. Yes, you guys, I'm a spiritual girl in a digital world, and that's what keeps me thriving in life. I can say that I'm truly blessed. Okay, now for the practical stuff. The how-to part of this massive transition. It's not as simple as booking a flight, you guys. You have to move your entire existing life. So one, you have to start with organizing your move. The first step is making a plan. I created a checklist to make sure I didn't forget anything. That included things like canceling local services, closing my bank account, and of course, figuring out what to do with all my stuff. And the biggest question was, do I ship it or do I sell it? I ended up selling most of my Panama accumulated stuff by creating a page on my website and then sharing the link with local expat groups. And it was easy because they can pay right there online on the website and then hit me up on WhatsApp to organize a pickup time. Winning! And you guys, most of my things flew off the site hecka fast. And for the things I truly wanted to keep, I packed them in my 5 suitcases and my 3 trunks. Yes, you guys, I was looking like the poster girl of 𝐿 Badiou's song Bag Lady, because I had bags for days. And to make more room, I also donated bags of clothing and shoes to a local church. So I was able to bless some local folk with some really nice things while making room for what I felt strongly about taking back home with me. The key is to start early. I got a 3-week head start, and it still felt like crunch time at the end. So try to do at least 4 weeks in advance to lessen the stress. Moving is definitely my least favorite thing about the digital nomad life. Trust. Okay, get your pen and pad out, you guys. Let's talk numbers. So the flight home was about $800, you guys, because I got a business class ticket on Copa Air that allows for larger luggage weight limits. Crazy enough, it was cheaper to book a round trip ticket, select the business class fare for going home, and a basic economy fare for the return flight. It was $300 cheaper than the one way I was trying to book initially. Go figure. But you can watch this video on Copa Air where I explained in more detail about luggage weight requirements. And shipping boxes and bins was going to be a grip, you guys. So I decided that paying for the extra luggage on my flight was going to be cheaper. Copa was charging around $150 for each additional piece of luggage over my allotted 2 check-ins. Do the math, y'all. But because I'm flying business class, I had a 70-pound weight limit as opposed to the 50 pounds on an economy ticket. And all the miscellaneous things like packing help, exit cleaning, eating out, temporary housing, and transportation to the airport has to go on your budget list. It costs a lot more to move back to the US than to move to Panama because of all the stuff that I accumulated along the way.
So are you done being a digital nomad?
Bish, that will be a no. This is just the end of the first chapter, and it was a success. The experience taught me so much, and I'll be applying lessons learned to my next destination. I'm definitely gonna do a few things differently, you guys.
What will you do differently?
Well, for my next adventure, I'll definitely be more intentional about my budget. Just because a place is cheaper, I'll still keep my lifestyle in check. I'll also build up my other streams of income a lot more to combat the need for contract work situations where some company has the potential to dictate when I get paid, how much, and where I can live while doing it. That's why I fired corporate America in the first place, you guys. They ain't finna get me caught up. I'm also gonna do shorter stays going forward, 3 to 6 months max. I wanna explore and see what's out there. And if it happens to be a final destination, it'll just happen organically. So in saying that, if I can avoid getting a digital nomad visa, for my initial stay at least, I'll do so. Getting the visa seemed like a good idea initially because I was thinking of it as a long-term stay. But honestly, you guys, it turned out to be more of a money pit. Now that I look back, I would have been better off just doing 180 days that's granted by my US passport and then bouncing out for 30 days and deciding if I wanted to return for another 180 days. That also would have kept me out of all these lease agreements that I got into. Because you guys, after a few months, I felt like I had enough of these apartments. I wanted out, but the lease was keeping me tied to it. My last apartment was great though. I just couldn't finish the entire 12-month lease, so I had to break lease 2 months early, which caused me to forfeit my deposit. Money down the drain. And the work visa I opted for, it costed me $1,350 just to open up the corporation. And then $875 in attorney fees, multiple visits to the immigration office for renewals, plus a $250 annual fee to the attorney that manages the corporation, and $300 annual fees to taxes for the country of Panama. And last but not least, it was gonna cost me $600 to dissolve my corporation now that I decided I was gonna be leaving. But I found out that you can let the corporation die out on its own. It just takes a few years. Mo money, mo money, mo money, okay? So if I knew then what I know now, I would have skipped the whole immigration attorney hustle and bustle and just started with my initial 180-day stay on my US passport. Getting the digital nomad visa wasn't worth it for me. In aiming to do shorter stays, I can travel more lightly and accumulate very little because moving all these things back to the US was more expensive than bringing them. But I'm glad I did my handy dandy moving sale, and shouts out to everyone who supported me and took some of my favorite little things off my hands. I love you and I hope you enjoy them. So every adventure is a learning experience, and this one has me highly educated. Yes, it does. So you guys, Cali Girl's leaving Panama, and if I had to do it all over again, I would still embark on this Panama adventure every day of the week and twice on Sunday because the country's winning, the weather's warm and tropical, the price is cheaper, you just have to manage your level of luxuries. The people, the culture, and the language were a joy to acclimate to. I'll definitely miss all my friends, both locals and expats. I love you guys, but I plan to come back for random visits to see everyone. This experience was amazing and has taught me some good lessons on how to navigate my next adventure. Yes, you guys, it ain't over. And speaking of my next adventure, I promised you a sneak peek, right? Well, be on the lookout in the next couple months for Cali Girl roaming around Mexico. I gotta continue to get my Espanol on, y'all, because this newly acquired language is a keeper. Muchísimo gracias, Panama. So that's what's up, you guys. I hope that sharing my experience as a digital nomad honestly and openly was helpful and added value to your day. And check out CaligurlLife.com to download some of my helpful guides that will have you navigating Panama City successfully. Just click the link in the description. I got you. Ooh, and if you haven't already, go ahead and drop kick that like button, hit the subscribe, and tap the notification bell because I have so much more to share and I don't want you to miss it. Thanks so much for watching today, you guys. I win, you win, we win together. I'm Cali Girl, and it's my digital nomad lifestyle. Deuces, yes.